On a numbers game, the right data changes everything, and the data behind Shopify is hard to argue with. Millions of businesses worldwide run on it, including our own VSiN store. When we launched, Shopify's templates and AI tools got us live fast. Professional looking from day one. No tech background needed. Shopify checkout converts more customers and makes it easy for returning fans to come back and buy again in a single click. Shopify's built-in AI assistant Sidekick is there whenever you need help, building, troubleshooting, or just figuring out your next move. Check out what we built at vsin.com/store. Then go build something of your own. All you need is the idea. Shopify handles the rest. Start your free trial at shopify.com/vsin. That's shopify.com/vsin. Shopify.com/vsin.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gill Alexander on VSiN.
Hour number 3 of a numbers game at VSiN, the sports betting network, VSiN.com, Game Plus, iHeartRadio, YouTube TV, and of course, SiriusXM channel 158. It's Gill Alexander in San Francisco this week. Kelley Bydlon back in Vegas. Kelley, you doing okay back there? You all right? Yeah,
doing great. Doing great. It's good to have Danny back today. Tell you that much.
Crew not giving you a hard time or anything?
No, they haven't yelled at me in at least 30 minutes.
Okay. We get tweet speed in the book. By the way, Todd Wishnev standing by. Pat Montefort. I have the Sox at 40-1. I assume he means for the month of July, Red Sox. And own Brian Wu in fantasy. And I hope you're right because he's killing me. And Gary Danko, Action or Boulevard. Talking about San Francisco restaurants. Gary Danko is probably the cream of the crop, right? Like, it's better than Boulevard. I'd have to go Gary Danko. Money, no object, Gary Danko. Brosec 1870. Whenever there is a question you don't know, like why doesn't Vegas have the World Cup, there is already a Pablo Torre podcast about it. Also, imagine not getting the 2-year VSiN deal and hearing the new ad read, sheesh. Oh, I don't know what that means. I don't know about the ad read. Kevin Ryan, Gill, where are you finding 10.5 win total on the Chargers? All I'm saying is 9.5. If you see 10.5, what's the juice you're paying? It is a little extra juice. Caesars was where I looked. They have the 10.5 under. I think it's like minus 135 juice, though. It's a good point. Jim Del Torio, for those planning on making an investment on the France-Morocco match, please know that the refs for that match are from Argentina. Thank you. Yes, we talked about that earlier. And Pat Montefort, long overdue shout out to Todd Wishnev and his Discord page, and frankly to all the new friends that I've been able to make on Discord. Moreover, I have learned so much more about analytics and proper betting via the live action and being able to play dogs like the Rockies last night. LFG, thank you, Todd, for creating such a wonderful community. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the great Todd Wishnev, star of Wishnev Wednesdays, the Showtime docuseries Action, and of course, the Beating the Book Megapod. He joins us now from Pittsburgh, PA. What's happening, Toddy?
By the way, one other thing I forgot to write on, like things you might want to talk about today, is something I want to talk about, and that is Belgium versus the United States of America. And this is something that reminds me of when the Celtics rolled out 4 guys who should play shortstop in the Dominican Republic and pretended that that was a playoff NBA team. Now, I didn't know that much about the NBA because I don't watch it all day long, and I don't know a damn thing about soccer, but I have watched enough of it, so I'm not a total novice. I know what 90 minutes and extra time means and ba-ba-bee and ba-ba-ba. However, I do know that when one team is considered a top 10 team, and they have guys that I've even heard of, like Kevin De Bruyne or Lukaku, that are coming off the bench, this means they're a real team. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to win it all, no, but it's a real team. Now, one other thing I know is the United States of America are hype monsters. This whole country is about hype. Hype, hype, hype. Not substance, hype. So what happened? We had all this nonsensical hype. Oh, the United States, we're great. Now all of a sudden we can win at soccer too. Oh, we're fantastic. Oh my God. Now we're favored. And then we get the whole red card nonsense, which I won't even go into, but I will laugh that the Knicks only lost 1 game. And I will say that how can a top 10 team be plus 114 to advance against a hype monster team? And I Did something right in soccer. My all-time record in soccer World Cup, just so you know, is like 2-574. However, I did know to play Belgium plus 114 because this is really about betting. It's just like that Mayweather against the other guy. Whenever you have this hype monster nonsense and 95% of the teams, we even see it in the NFL. Oh my God, 4 offensive linemen are out for the Cowboys. They'll never be able to beat the Jets. It's impossible. Nobody knows how good the backup offensive linemen are, and the Cowboys win 37-3. We see this in gambling all the time. Now, it doesn't happen every day, but once in a while, you get these ridiculous situations, and you have to pounce on them. And I'm proud of myself that I did something right for a change. Belgium, Belgium, Belgium.
There you go, Todd. Hey,
I would have given that filibuster like a 97, but because you forgot who Conor McGregor was and the little quip about the 4 Dominican shortstops, I'm going to have to downgrade that to an 84. But nice job otherwise. Otherwise, okay. That was beautiful.
I'll take an 84. That's solid. That's solid stuff.
Todd Wishnev, everybody. Todd, are you secretly, so now we all know your love-hate, emphasis on hate relationship with the great Steve Fezzik, who joins us every Friday on a numbers game. As you know very well, back in May, because apparently Stevie thought May is like the pennant stretch of September, he bet the Atlanta Braves to win the NL East maybe 45 times, though he claims 3 times, but it sounded more like 45 times. And then he came back last week or the week before, he says, but now I'm betting the Phillies in plus money, so I'm good to go. Are you secretly hoping the Marlins overtake both of those teams?
Well, I have both of those bets too, so no, I don't want the Marlins to win. Okay. But I have to give Stevie his props. Look, I'll be the first one to get in line and call Stevie's arrogant musings what they are, silliness often, and sometimes he's right. Now, on this particular scenario, he deserves props. He recognized the Braves early. And then he recognized the Phillies early enough to still get plus money. So the point here is that, and you can, and then I said the thing today, and he said, I took Marlins 20-1. So you can even guarantee yourself by taking Marlins 20-1 or 15-1 or whatever to guarantee yourself. All you really have to do is make sure the Mets don't win the division. The Mets aren't going to win the division. So if you're early enough on this future stuff, as he was with both the Braves and the Phillies to protect himself, he can make money, and he did an excellent job in this scenario, even though he's ridiculous in the way he states it. Like, the Braves, remember when he was betting the Braves? He's like, yes. The Braves already won. It's over. The division is over. They won the World Series. They won the next 10 World Series. There's never going to be a team better than the Braves. The Braves are the greatest team. Oh, wait a second. Phillies, get on the Phillies. It's funny watching him, but he was, he did turn himself into plus money everywhere. So that, he's going to make money. So that was smart.
Well, again, I would have given you a 97, but you forgot about the existence of the Washington Nationals. So I can only give you an 84 once again on that little diatribe.
So are the Washington Nationals really going to win with that bullpen? I mean, come on. I know they hit
shot
the ball.
The Mets, maybe. Yeah.
The Mets aren't making it. Forget it.
Also, are the Nationals going to do anything about this bullpen? Because I've been hearing the same damn thing about the Nationals for 4 months now, it feels like.
Great question.
Bullpen
Great
sucks.
question.
It's going to suck, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Toddy, you do a great job on a daily basis.
The starters aren't that great either.
Todd, you do a great job on the Discord and beyond, sharing it in the group chat about handedness with certain teams. Can you shine light on a couple baseball clubs where handedness is something you keep in mind every single night?
Yeah, well, especially when we're halfway through the season and you start to get a vibe on these teams, there's enough sample size that you can start to really rely on some of this stuff when there's major disparities. And I see major disparities in WOBA. I like WOBA. That's my favorite stat on offense. WOBA, weighted on base average. For those who don't know what it is, it's like on base average, but it also takes into account how you get on base. That's the weighted part of it. Did you get a double? Did you get a triple? Did you get a home run? Did you get a little league home run? Whatever. Anyways, WOBA is what I like to look at. And I see the Red Sox and the Diamondbacks are 2 teams, the Diamondbacks even more. The Diamondbacks, if you watch their games, they can't hit the ball. You watch the game, you're like, I see Marte and I see Carroll, and then I don't see any hitters. Now, against right-handed pitching, they're 27th in WOBA. They stink. They cannot hit the ball, okay? Now, against lefties, they're like 4th. Now, why would that be? Well, you look at all these right-handed bats in the order. You got a guy like Arenado, you got the Moreno, you got all these right-handed bats who obviously go against lefties, and all of a sudden they turn out better. So the whole thing makes sense as to why they're, by the way, most teams are going to be like 18th and 12th. There's not going to be huge disparities. But with teams like this, it's very interesting. There are a couple that have massive disparities, and the Arizona Diamondbacks are one. So be careful against lefties. But when they go against righties, they stinkola. Same thing with the Red Sox. The Red Sox have, I guess, Cedeno Rafaela is a righty. They've got, I'm trying to think of some of the other righties in the lineup, but I'm missing it right now. But the point is that the Red Sox are very similar. They're like 23rd and 5th or something like that. So those are two teams. When you see massive disparities like that, you want to pay attention. Now, it's in the line a little bit sometimes. However, you want to pay attention to that stuff.
Red Sox great against lefties. Yes, that's what you said. Great against lefties, not so good against righties. Okay.
Same as the
WNBA. Would you like to brag or boast about something that happened the other night about it, or do you want to make a betting point, perhaps more accurately?
Oh, yeah. I just want to make a betting point on something that I actually did well. And then this is something that if you watch games, it can be a big advantage for you. So the Aces were playing the Sky. The Sky is a terrible WNBA team. The Aces were playing at home without Asia Wilson. They were like probably a 6 or 7 point favorite. With her, they probably would have been a 14-point favorite, right? They were winning like 81 to, I don't know, like 74 or something. They were just going through the motions. And then when the game got tight, they couldn't score. Jackie Young was really the only one who could score. Chelsea Gray couldn't score. And the big girls inside couldn't do anything. And you start to realize, wait a second, this is not the Ace. With Asia Wilson, they're just so much better on offense. They can't score when teams lock down without Asia Wilson. So now the next game, they're playing the Fever. They're a 2.5 point favorite against the Fever at home. And I'm watching the game. Now, the Fever are better. Okay, I'm going to say something. The Fever are definitely almost as good without Caitlin Clark as with her. I hate to tell you that. Look at the playoffs last year. Look at what happened. It makes Kelsey Mitchell the focal point. Wow. They're very good without Caitlin Clark. So now they're playing without Asia Wilson. And I'm like, the Fever are only 2.5 point dogs. They're playing better. And, of course, they blew them out. And, of course, it went under. I won both games by 20 points because why? I noticed the game before without Asia Wilson, which there's no sample size. There's only one game, right? But if you can see it right away, which is what I did, you can spot it and then turn it into cash the next game. I won the side and the total by 20 points.
You're an amazing human being, Todd Wishnev. Thank you for joining us. Todd Wishnev, everybody.
You're here because you want an edge. That's what separates listeners from winners. But let's be real, mindset alone doesn't get bets home. Pros win because they've got the tools, the data, and the discipline. And now so can you. VSiN Pro gives you access to the same real-time insights the sharps use. No secrets, no fluff, just actionable info that moves markets. Tap the link and see why serious bettors are turning knowledge into profit with VSiN Pro.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
There is no shortage of betting opportunities this summer, from daily MLB and World Cup soccer to the countdown to football season. That's why now is the perfect time to lock in VSiN's football special for just $175. You'll get full VSiN Pro access through the Super Bowl, including our all-new 2026-27 NFL betting guide to help you attack futures, win totals, division races, and the upcoming season. Plus, you get daily best bets, real-time betting splits from DraftKings and Circa, AI-powered prop projections, 24/7 video on the VSiN Watch app, and coverage of every major sport all year long. And remember, the earlier you sign up, the more value you get. Head to VSiN.com/subscribe now. That's VSIN.com/subscribe. And a big thank you to Danny Higgins for turning off the mic. Thank you so much.
Did you see me waving back here?
Oh, people had no idea what gymnastics just took place to get through that read. They have no idea.
Hey, good on you for I would stop dead in my tracks too. I can't read through like I've worked with many talented television anchors over the year. Never understood how I could read full sentences into their ear, Gill, while they're speaking, and them actually speak English that made sense. It's always amazing.
I am having what's the opposite of a day in tennis? Just getting destroyed. Just these things will happen when you bet tennis 360 days a year. A day like this, I guess, is inevitable, and maybe it's inevitable on grass after having a really good grass season. But and Wimbledon was kind of choppy until now. Today was the dive. Lost in straight sets on Jasmine Paolini. She was over a $2 dog. Lost in straight sets on Elise Mertens. Really was less competitive than the final score, to be quite frank. And then Taylor Fritz, I don't know if that medical break in the second set had anything to do with this because I'm not watching, but he's about to lose in straights to Sasha Zverev, and we were about 30 cents almost ahead of the close on that one, the CLV store. So this is going to be a 0 for 3, it looks like, barring a miracle here in tennis. This tournament has gotten drunk because Arthur Ferry is about to win his quarter. He's up 3-love on Flavio Cobolli on the men's side in that quarterfinal match. But just a bad day. No, any way you slice it, Kelley, bad day at Wimbledon today. And that's probably going to clinch a losing tournament for me after what was a pretty damn good grass season, quite frankly. But given a bunch back here on this tournament, that's for sure after today.
Yeah, it happened. Started off good for you. And I think the one thing that I've noticed with you over the years of just the even more every year, it seems, of just aware of what you're heading into when grass season rolls around, right? Like, you took a few days off, right? Even when we first hit there, like, I think that's smart.
Didn't play the first week.
Yeah. Just happens.
It happens. So that's not fun. Anyway, Sasha Zverev 4-1 now in the third, on the cusp of heading to the semis, winning the quarter, heading to the semis, right on the heels of winning the French Open, which broke his entire career slam drought. That's one of those things. So if you wait a really long time in your career, especially with the big three, right? Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal dominated tennis for so long that a whole generation of tennis players, a whole generation and a half really, couldn't win slams, with the exception of Stan Wawrinka, who won 3 during their stay, and Andy Murray was part of the big four. But you had a guy like Dominic Thiem that waited all the way till the 2020 U.S. Open when Djokovic got disqualified, the strange COVID one. He won. And then after he won that, his career basically then was a perfect descent into nothingness. Sasha Zverev wins his first slam, and look at this reaction. He is back now at the Wimbledon semifinals immediately after that. So I don't know. Maybe we've all kind of underestimated Sasha Zverev here in this tournament, but Sinner looms. Sinner the favorite.
I don't even know if it's the biggest story of the day, right? Art. Look at Art rolling. Ferry over Cobley. Like, this is amazing.
It's amazing.
He might win straight sets.
Amazing. Yeah, it looks like he will. World Cup futures, by the way, because we're talking about the quarterfinals. Felica was on earlier, given his plays. Quarterfinals, again, begins tomorrow. France, Morocco. That is tomorrow's lone quarterfinal match in the World Cup. By the way, there was always supposed to be, people were wondering, why is there a break in the action? There's usually a day off in between rounds. We just didn't have one this year between the group and the knockout for whatever reason. But we're getting a day off today. Tomorrow, France, Morocco, 4 p.m. Eastern. Friday, Spain, Belgium, 3 p.m. Eastern. Then the doubleheader on Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern for Norway, England, 9 p.m. Eastern for Argentina, Switzerland. And once again, Kelley, the Norway, for those who missed it earlier, the Norway quirk, if you believe the stat that I gave out earlier that's being thrown around, Norway and Japan, since 1998, the team that eliminated Japan in all the World Cups that Japan has participated in, I think they missed 2, they went on to win the World Cup. So that's 5. The last 5 World Cups that Japan has been in, the team that beat them, the team that beat the team that beat Japan goes on to win the World Cup. And that would be Norway this year. So let's go.
Some of these trends, man. Some of these trends. Right? That's
someone dug deep.
Yeah, they really dug deep for that one. I don't know. Have you made any bets yet on these games? I haven't, but I'm eyeing a couple.
No. Okay. No, I haven't. What are you eyeing?
Spain win to 0. I think I'm going to bet that here before the end of the show. I agree with what we've heard earlier. Did Felica have that one earlier? Belgium attack. I don't really trust much there. The Spain defense has been awesome. I think I will go win to 0 there. I found a plus 180 out there on that. So I'm looking at that. I have my France futures here. So I'll just be rooting those on against Morocco, 5-1 for France to win this whole thing. So I'm loaded up pretty good on that. Already cashed quarters on them. That's good. Cashed quarters on Belgium, which is nice. Now they can get out of the way. Cashed quarters on Norway. Gill, I think I might have like 17 bets in this Norway game. Because you heard me ask. You heard me ask Chris. I don't know what the better bet is game-wise of the to advance or take the double chance, right? And at very different odds. I think I'm going to play them both because you're getting a little bit better price, obviously, on Norway to advance at plus 180. The double chance is minus 110 or something, I think I saw earlier. But as Chris said, safer, obviously, to play the double chance to get through the regular 90 minutes. And then the other one, I'm definitely playing exact on this game, too. If Norway wins, I think it's probably 2-1. I think that's one I'm going to play exact result. So I'll get involved in that as well. And then I think I'm going to mess around and play Norway to get to the final, or I'll play an exact with them and France to get to the final because I do have France winning it all. I saw we had it on the futures board, Norway plus 475 to reach the final. I think I'm going to do that. Argentina, Switzerland. This Argentina team, man, can you trust them? Can FIFA do enough to get them over the line?
There you go. There you go.
I don't know. No. I'm going more on the other side, though, Gil. I don't know that I've seen enough that I've been blown away, impressed by this Argentina team for how much love that they've had coming in. I don't think I'm doing anything with that game, but I do have that future on them to advance to the semis. So I just need them to get past Switzerland.
Here's what I'm more interested in. Which of these 4 games do you think is the most likely to result in a 90-minute plus added time draw?
Well, Spain, I think Spain-Belgium would be the answer, right? Although it is not the favorite.
You think that's the most likely to end in a draw?
I don't know, man.
Spain-Belgium?
The Spain attack's another one I'm a little concerned about, too.
This is why I asked the question, because I think I could make a case for all 4 of them.
I think you could, too. I think France, Morocco, I think would be least likely to me. I think the other 3 are in play for sure.
I mean, Paraguay almost resulted in a draw, right? They got the one penalty kick, France did. So I don't think they're infallible that way. Spain, Belgium, I don't know.
Reminder, I didn't get to see a ton of that game because I was busy watching Matt Brown American-splain soccer to Alex Blowers here about how much better it could be if they just changed a couple things.
If they just changed. I mean, Norway-England doesn't feel like a 0-0 draw, but it sure feels like a 1-1 or a 2-2 maybe, right? In terms of a draw there.
Yeah.
And then Argentina-Switzerland. I mean, if you told me that's a draw, I wouldn't be surprised at all after 90 plus.
Yeah, me neither. That's right. I think Spain-Argentina scoring, I'm just a little concerned with. I think that could be 1-1, 0-0 games after 90 minutes, both those, Spain game and Argentina.
I asked you before the Team USA game the other night against Belgium, right before we went off air. I said, "What's your gut tell you?" And I think you said you thought Team USA would win. I think most Americans would have said that. What does your gut tell you right now? Who's winning this? Who's winning the World Cup?
France over the winner of Norway-England. I dropped that in the little soccer chat yesterday. I was expecting to get some blowback. Nobody either nobody disagreed with me or nobody cared to answer that. But I said winner of England-Norway, see in the final versus France.
I think Norway is winning the World Cup. Woo! Not because of that Japan thing I just talked about, but I just feel like if you think about this World Cup, it just feels like it's Erling Haaland's above all of them.
Yep.
Above all. I don't know. Yeah. Golden Boot lead is Messi's right now with 8. Haaland has 7. Mbappe has 7. Kane has 6 heading into the quarters. But I don't know if he wins that, but I feel like Norway's winning this.
I don't remember the coach's name, Gill, but remember, feed the big man. It's like having Shaq out there and not get him touches. Feed him.
Paul Sporer, Major League Baseball thoughts next on A Numbers Game at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
A Numbers Game on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Winners Circle Proxy and VSiN are giving away 2 incredible prize packages that'll put 2 lucky fans into the world's biggest football contest for free. Listen to this. One winner is going to receive a $1,000 entry into Circus Survivor, and another will win a $1,000 entry into Circa Million. For a second there, I thought they were going to say $100,000 into Grandissimo. Let's not get crazy.
Yeah.
Both winners will also receive a full season Winner's Circle proxy service, a VSiN studio tour, and a free month of VSiN Pro. Oh, a studio tour. How about that?
Ooh.
Maybe Kelley Bydlon will be in the studio when you have your studio tour. Enter by Sunday, August 2nd for your chance to win. Visit winnerscircleproxy.com/VSiN to enter today. That's winnerscircleproxy.com/VSiN. No Emu Doug. The onset of streaming has left the hospital TVs with nothing. Sitting with the mother after a fall. Thankfully, I have VSiN in the numbers game for the hours and hours of just sitting. Was that you who had the fall or your mom? I hope it's not your mom, Doug. Not that I hope it's you, but I certainly hope it's not your mom. I hope she's okay or you're okay quickly. 2 drinks in, keep your head up. Gill, happens to most. Love your tennis picks. Hey, man, it does. Thank you, though, for that kind note. Tough day on the grass tennis courts for my picks. Colin Murphy, first half draw in England, Norway, and 90-minute draw live in all of the other games except for Belgium, Spain. Perfect letdown spot for the Red Devils. Kelley said he likes the first half call. Kelley already responding. Before we get to Paul Sporer in baseball, this is a little segment we like to call the best basketball bet of the day or handicapping tip of the day from Kelley Bydlon. Kelley, you're on.
It's sad news, Gill Alexander. Most people are not going to think about this, but Tim Bontemps from ESPN has accepted a front office job with the Atlanta Hawks. Therefore, no more straw polls. I'm assuming. I cannot imagine he's going to continue to do that.
No.
Yes, no more MVP straw polls from the great Tim Bontemps. So this is that's a massive betting thing for those of us that love to bet awards throughout the season.
Let's bring Paul Sporer in for this. Paul Sporer talked Major League Baseball with us from FanGraphs, of course, Sleeper in the Bus podcast. Baseball, obviously an analytics revolution many years ago. What do you think about NBA teams, Paul, hiring TV analytics guys or people who are like NBA hardos, if not analytics guys, into their front offices? Does that sound appealing to you? Do you think it works out? Do you think it's good reasoning?
I think it can be. I think the right guy or gal can be found on television, right? They can work in television. We see people go into TV when they're in between jobs, when it's coaching, right? Or managing. So I think it can be there, right? With the stats revolution, you clearly don't need to have played the game at a high level anymore. And I happen to agree with that as a giant dweeb who didn't play at a high level and who, I feel like I know a decent bit. I don't know as much as the people in the game, though. I understand where my limits are. But some of these people do. Like if a Zach Lowe got hired by a team, I certainly wouldn't be like, oh, that's crazy. John Hollinger did that. Didn't he go from writing to TV, to team? So like, I think it can absolutely work. It's just person dependent. I don't think being on TV precludes you from that. Now, if somebody were to hire Stephen A to do literally anything for their team, that's like pulling Hegseth off to do stuff, right? Like there are limits to this. There can be bad moves, but I don't think Bontemps being there on television precludes him from being a quality candidate.
I'm pretty sure that if the Lakers hired Stephen A, boy, a lot of changes would be afoot. You know what I mean, Kelley Bydlon?
Well,
a lot of
changes. There to whoop
changes.
his ass anymore, so that would help.
Yeah.
That was a perfect answer by Paul, though. I
Yes,
completely agree
of
with
course.
all that. There are examples, both good and bad.
All right, Paul.
Yeah,
It's home stretch. 5 games or 5 days left, I should say, till the All-Star break. First of all, do you relish the All-Star break? Do you need that sort of, exhale? Do you love the home run derby as well?
I'm okay with the home run derby. I will say it really jumped back for me with the Todd Frazier one. That was the first timed one. They're getting rid of the timer this year. I don't automatically think it's going to go back to being bad, but those 3-hour slogs where it was just Berman saying back 264,000 times were unwatchable dreck. I thought the timer really did bring it back, and it's been great for a little while now. I'm eager to see what they do. It's something I'll watch, but maybe not this year because it's on Netflix. I'm not signing up for that crap just to watch the home run derby. Sorry if they're a sponsor.
There it is. That's what I was looking for right there at the end. By the way, are they doing timer this year? Aren't they switching the format again?
They got rid of the timer. So that's my little concern is that they got rid of the timer because I thought that was exactly what brought it back. I still remember that one. Oh. Me and my buddies, we always watch it anyway, even when it sucked, but we would just like kind of roast it. That one we were so dialed in. We were having such a great time. And from that Todd Frazier one on, it's been engaging again. They brought it back. I'm a little bit nervous getting rid of the timer. Let's see what they do though on Monday.
Paulie not getting no damn Netflix for that. No, absolutely not.
I'll pirate the hell out of that. Come get
all
me.
Right. Let us fast forward to
I'll be arrested next week, by the way.
Late September. What'd you say?
I said I'm gonna be arrested next week because I said come get me. I'm gonna pirate that.
That's right.
Sorry, go ahead. Gill.
Fired up Paul Sporer the past like 2 months, Gill. I don't know. It's amazing. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm glad you guys enjoy it.
Let's fast forward to late September. It's the home stretch. We're heading into the postseason. Give me the biggest headlines in baseball that we are most likely not to be able to anticipate right now. What do you think the biggest headlines are?
Rays fighting for a playoff spot. Braves fighting for a playoff spot. And I'm going full homer, baby. Tigers comfortably in a playoff spot.
Whoa.
Comfortably in a playoff spot.
Comfortably,
Wow.
3-4 games. Handful of games. If you're talking last week, it doesn't have to be 10-game lead. But I think they're playing so much better. I mean, I watch every Tigers game. I'm totally biased for the Tigers. Everyone knows that. But best record since June 1st too. I'm not blowing total smoke here, right? Like this was a team that had high expectations. They have been playing the right way the last month plus. I don't think they're going to trade Skubal if they're in the mix. The AL sucks. Everything is there for them to pull the rabbit this year. Remember, they got the rabbit pulled upon them with a comfortable lead and lost it. So yeah, I think Braves and Rays fighting for a spot and losing their perches, and the Tigers in the mix. Those will be late September headlines that would certainly shock us right now.
By the way, Paul is right, because for the Marlins fans out there who are like, wait, we have the best record since June 1st.
Close.
Tigers have the best AL record, I believe, since June 1st.
AL, excuse me. Yeah. Sorry, Marlins fans.
That's all right. Okay. So wait, let me drill down on this a little bit, because if you look at the FanGraphs projections right now, or at least I looked at them yesterday, it is like the American League is a disaster. Like they've got the AL Central winner at 500. They have another wild card team exactly at 500. Like it's really bad. So you do not believe we are going to have a 500 or worse division winner when all is said and done?
I don't think so. I mean, it's on the table, but I do think that the cream's going to start to rise to the top, because obviously as we get later into July, teams are going to start to decide to pull the plug. So there will be some sellers. It could be a tight market because every team's in it till the very end there. That's happened before. But I do think we'll start to see the cream rise to the top. Those bad teams will fall off a bit more, give you a few more easy wins, and a handful of games over 500 for the AL Central winner, even if it's not my beloved Tigers.
Most surprising AL or NL playoff team, non-Tigers category will be the?
Oh, man, I want to say Pirates, but Connor Griffin going out is really tough. I'll stick with it anyway. Say Pirates, because one player, while important, is not game-changing as much in baseball as it is other sports. Now, this pairs with Horwitz and O'Neill Cruz being out, so it isn't just one player. But I'm not killing them because Connor Griffin's out 8 to 10 weeks after today. I think they can sustain this, especially if they go out and add.
The American League and National League Rookies of the Year will be?
Boy, I think McGonigal's going to take it in the American League. I know that's, and again, I don't even think that one's Homer. I don't know anybody that would necessarily disagree with me there. I'm trying to think. So who are the NL candidates right now off the dome? It's been such a rich class. I love what Weatherholt's been doing. I think he's got a great chance to do it. Are there any pitchers over there that would contend with him? Oh, McLean is obviously, he's had some ups and downs, but he had ace expectations and he's simply been like a number 3. That's really freaking good. So I would lean McLean right now, but that's a pretty wide open race too, because I didn't even say Sal Stewart, who was the talk of the town in April, and he certainly hasn't done anything to completely fall off that perch. So those are the 3 I would circle around: Weatherholt, Stewart, McLean. McLean's my favorite. Those other 2 are live if you want to get a bet down on them. And there's probably some off the radar guys that I think you could make a case for pretty easily if you wanted to. That is a wide open race. And we've seen rookies of the year. You don't even need a full season. So it could be somebody who isn't even doing a whole lot yet. Maybe not somebody who hasn't debuted, but somebody who hasn't done a whole lot yet that has a big summer, like a Carson Bench. I guess Bench has been all right, but I'm trying to think of somebody who's maybe a little bit down the board. They could pop off. What if Bryce Eldridge? He's been a little bit lighter on the volume. If he stays this hot in San Francisco, I think he could get into the mix. So I got the 3 favorites there, but then there are some underdogs that you could take a shot for.
Yeah, Bryce Eldridge got a little bit of a late start, but he is in the mix there for National League Rookie of the Year. Paul, have a great final 5 days before the All-Star break. I won't be here next week, but they'll talk to you next week. Obviously, talk some Major League Baseball, and have a great weekend. Appreciate it.
All right.
He'll be on the road.
Again.
Paul Sporer, everybody. He'll be on the road next week. Coming back, we'll recap all the bets next.
A numbers game on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
It is a numbers game, live from both San Francisco and Las Vegas, through the power of modern technology. How about that, Kelley Bydlon?
Yeah.
Can we just once again shout out Alex Blowers for this wonderful shot that he's put together here in the Bay?
Did a pretty good job. Pretty good job. Darnell, good job directing. Chris Foster getting you set up today or every day. We almost
Some might even, yeah, he almost did. Chris Foster almost forgot. Some might even say, Kelley Bydlon, that this shot is more pristine than our shot in the studio. Some might say that.
Some might say that. Yes, they might. They might.
They might.
I think
at their own peril, but they might. Let's recap the bets. Oh, first of all, Aya Oya on Twitter, Aya Oya S69. Pie in the sky. See, I have to sort of decipher this. Pie in the sky. 8 wishing, I think it's a typo, wishing for a massive heat wave to plague Sinner, or is this his tournament to lose? Well, it's his tournament to lose, but it's getting a little hotter at Wimbledon. So, I don't know. I mean, it's the only thing they can beat him.
Brought that up to Drew yesterday. It was 94 on the forecast Fahrenheit, 94 degrees Fahrenheit in London for Friday.
In Sinner, on the Sinner scale, so there's Kelvin, there's Celsius, and there's Fahrenheit. And then I think there's Sinner temperature scale also. That's like 107, right? 94,
right. Exactly. Yes. Thank you for doing the conversion. Yeah, I think you're
bad.
You know what? It has come down. I'm seeing 88 now for Friday.
Okay. Then he's
a little bit better.
Then he's fine. By the way, tennis today, 0-3. Not good. Not great, Bob. Not great. Both of the dogs on the ladies' side fell in straight sets, and then Taylor Fritz way ahead of the final price on CLV. You know what they say about CLV? Throw it in the CLV trash can out there in Vegas.
Dude, they were showing some younger pictures of Taylor Fritz earlier. My God, I know we haven't brought this up in a while, but how much him and Joe Sorrello look alike. It is incredible. So you see pictures of him when he's younger. They're like the same guy.
Wasn't that the very first thing that came out of my mouth to Sorrello? I go, who do people say you look like? And he's like, I don't know. I go, Taylor Fritz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Taylor Fritz has done better so far than Sorrello has with the earnings on the ATP tour, but Sorrello still has time.
Ooh, yeah, good point. Yeah. And I have a follow-up to that. Arthur Ferry, okay? How about a little before this week and after this week, or right now with Arthur Ferry? Before this week, he was the world number 114th ranked player, okay? He had 0 career ATP semifinals, 883,000 career earnings. Today, as of today, he's up to world number 36. He's the 5th British player ever to make a semifinal and has made $1.2 million this week. That good from Fanatics.
For him. Good on him, man. It's amazing. And like I said, we got a question earlier. What was his price to win the quarter? I have no idea. He's the British number 2, right? He's the British number 2. Jack Draper being number 1 by far. But Ferry out of nowhere to get to the quarters here at Wimbledon. He will take on Sasha Zverev in one semi. And then, of course, it's going to be Jannik Sinner against Novak Djokovic in the main event in the other semi. Those are on a Friday. The women's semis are tomorrow, and that will be Karolina Muchova against Coco Gauff. The other one is Marta Kostyuk against Linda Noskova. So that's it. We're going to have a brand new winner on the women's side who's never won Wimbledon before. In fact, 3 of the 4 have never won a slam before. Talk about Muchova, Kostyuk, and Noskova. Then on the men's side, you have 3 slam winners now in Sinner, Djokovic, the most, of course, at 24. Sinner with multiple. Sasha Zverev having won this French Open past, and Arthur Ferry. So it's incredible.
Incredible.
Good on him, man. Yeah. Life-changing money for that kid.
That's right.
It's awesome.
Always, so it doesn't matter what sport you're watching, what level. Like you get stories like this. It's just great.
And it's also, and we've said this, you, Matt, and I used to talk about this on Primetime Action more than you and I talk about it on a numbers game. But I do think that it's perceived as gauche in both tennis broadcast and golf podcast to talk about money. Yeah. Right? We don't talk about it in team sports because it's teams and we have these allegiances to teams. And we don't, there's an old clip of Joe Theismann before Super Bowl 17 in the huddle with his fellow Skins. And he's talking about, this is a championship and it means 70,000 big ones for all of us. Like that was a thing he said right before they got on the field, before Super Bowl 17 in January of 1983. I don't think that tennis and golf broadcasts talk enough about money. And I think they should sort of get rid of the whole gauche thing and lean into it. Because for a guy like Ferry, it means a lot. In golf, when somebody's standing over a putt, I think fans want to know that kind of thing, So maybe not to win it, but the difference between second and third, sometimes they talk about it, sometimes they don't. They should talk about it more.
How about Ben Coles hit that shot into the water on 18 and then missed his par putt to bring him from, well, let's pretend he went on to win. To bring him from that to a T3, that cost him $1.1 million for a guy that has not made much money on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, so, I mean,
it's you're absolutely right. It's definitely something Matt was always passionate about or is always passionate about. And it doesn't get talked enough on broadcast. Like, sorry. So especially for individual sports, like it's different. I think team is a little bit more, it's a little bit different, but individual, I can go out there today and I control whether I can make this much money or this little money. It's of course a huge factor.
Red Sox, most wins month of July, off to a great start. They're 4-1 are the Red Sox after they beat the White Sox yesterday in Chicago, 8-1. Red Sox currently in 4th place if you do the whole standings with tiebreakers, although there are no tiebreakers at the William Hill Caesar Shop where I have the ticket. It is the Brewers right now at 6-2. It is the Rockies at 5-2. And then it is the Red Sox at 4-1, 80-1. The real drama will be if I win that. Good luck, Stevie Fezzik. Good luck to me in getting Stevie Fezzik to pay me my money, who muled my bet.
Well, you know where he's at every Friday,
I do. It could get ugly. All right. You have a soccer bet.
I do. I've made one so far for the quarterfinals. I almost forgot what round we're in. Spain win to 0. I'm with Felica on this one. Not as good a price as Felica. One complaint about the World Cup is I don't think U.S. sports books really know how to post all these soccer markets in the right way. Because my God, Gill, you can find this market specifically worded about 4 different ways and about at 3 different locations amongst all the props. So I saw a plus 164. I think Chris got plus 194. I was like, plus 180 is good enough for me. I'm sick of shopping this. Took forever just to check 3 books. Golf for me this week. Outrights. Rory McIlroy 10-1. Wyndham Clark 30-1. Alex Fitzpatrick 55-1. Biggest bet of the tournament. Top 10 on Rory McIlroy. Do like my top 20s as well. Patrick Cantlay plus 175. JJ Spawn 2-1. Alex Fitzpatrick 2-1. Tom Kim plus 270. One tournament matchup so far. Kurt Kitayama over Adam Scott. I might be adding more Kitayama today. It's the one guy I couldn't figure out exactly how to play. If you've been listening, he has burnt me a couple times here recently, even though his game has been improving over the past couple months. So Kitayama probably going to add a little bit too, but that is everything for the Scottish Open, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite golf tournaments of the year. And we get the Open next week, so a great couple weeks of golf here.
The Open next week. That'll give you something to talk about while baseball is off. Open Championship, golf's final major of the calendar year. Chris Felica was on earlier. He's got Spain win to nil in that quarterfinal against Belgium, plus 194, the price on that. And then England, Norway, maybe the marquee quarterfinal matchup. Both teams to score, yes. He thinks both teams get on the board. That's at minus 160. Yankees to miss the playoffs. How about that play? From a Yankees fan, Christopher Felica, 13-1. Little nibble on that. Yankees to miss the playoffs. He also had Scottish Open this week. Ludwig Aubert, top 5, plus 460, top 10, plus 225. And then Haotung Lee to win the Open Championship at 200-1. Also took a little Haotung Lee, top 5, and Haotung Lee, top 10 as well at the Open Championship, as we used to call it here in America, the British Open. What do you call it, Kelley? The British Open or the Open Championship?
Oh, I'm probably the worst. I go back and forth. Yeah. If I want to feel more professional, I go the Open Championship. But the British Open, I fall back on all the time. Yeah. Yeah. No. So that's from Felica, a bevy of plays from him across different sports. Shout out to Will Hill, who was unable to make the show today. I know he was tending to some stuff, so we wish Will the best there. We will talk to Will soon. Shout out to Jensen Lewis for coming out of the bullpen.
Yes.
We wanted to talk a little baseball first hour, and Jensen was like, I'm good. Put me on.
You tapped your forearm, and he came in on the little that little shuttle they used to take relievers in on.
That's right.
Those little cars they used to have.
Oh, yeah. Whatever happened
little
to
golf carts.
Either that was the best or the full-on dead sprint. Well, I need one of those two.
The full-on dead sprint. The golf carts. I think one day somebody woke up and was like, yeah, let's not do this anymore. It's a little cheesy. We've done all we can do. Prop Points is next. Enjoy from VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.